Okay, this is my truck, 95 Toyota, 17 years old, original paint job. You can tell it's kind of white and chalky. I've already worked with this a little bit to get some of the oxidation off. In this video I'm going to apply a little bit more pressure and get a little bit more of the oxidation off, and then show you what I did to turn it from, it was actually worse than this, to turn it from that into this. So this side I still just have a little bit left. This is really hot. This sun is really, yeah. But, the paint's really hot. So it is a hot day, but so I have this. This is steel wool. Your eyes aren't deceiving you, but it's not regular steel wool. It's super fine steel wool. Also called 4/0 steel wool, which is denoted by a number sign and 4 zeros. And it is steel. So what I did is I used that in combination with this Malco brand Rejuvenator, which is like a one-step paint restoration. I also buffed the car with it too, and then after that I just kind of got off all the excess while I was doing it. I used the polish as like instead of water, just to get off the excess. I don't know when I'm going to have more time to do the rest of the truck, so, but this is what I did. Rejuvenator. There. Okay. Just a little bit on it. So I'm going to go with the worst area. And I am taking off some paint because it is steel wool, but the steel wool is fine enough to where it's, and I'm only working on the oxidized area of the paint. So you see now that area that had that oxidation on it is gone. And what you can do at this point, you can see I've kind of somewhat scratched up the metal, like with little tiny fine scratches, which is what took off the oxidation. So what you would do at this point is you can either take an old cloth and the same thing, the Rejuvenator, and kind of polish it out by hand, and then you get a shiny spot. Actually, I'll just do that right now too. That's why I love this Rejuvenator stuff, is it's So I'm just putting a little bit on a little clean area of the. It's a lot easier to do this with both hands. It's a lot easier to do most things with both hands. So now I'm applying a lot of pressure, and I'm rubbing the Rejuvenator in. This is like an industrial strength rubbing compound, or polishing compound. So you have to, if you're not using a buffer, you're going to have to do this by hand. And it'll probably take you months to get the whole, not months, a few days straight probably. Just applying a lot of pressure and really rubbing this stuff into the paint. But when you're done, actually I'd have to go a little bit more, but you can see it's already starting to get shinier. So that's what I love about this Rejuvenator stuff, is it's awesome stuff. But anyway, that's essentially the same thing that I did on this side. And I got the paint from looking the way it was on that side, the way it is on this side. So I still have to go over it with the buffer some more and get off these scratches on this side where the oxidation was the worst, because it was actually the worst. This whole area is actually the area that looks the nicest now, but that was the worst spot. It was the most oxidized area. So now it looks better. Now it looks great. at least compared to what it did before. So if you're a mechanic, you can find a car that's got a horrible paint job that just looks oxidized, and I don't know, maybe something wrong with the engine. Get it for like $300, fix it up, buff it out, and turn around and sell it, I guess. I don't have the time to do that, but I'll make my stuff look nicer. And you can tell if you're following up the oxidation, like where the oxidation was, and then you get to that one spot where it's not there anymore. Now it's just completely smooth when you run over it, and it's hot because the sun is shining on it. Man, that's hot. It's like I'm touching an iron. But yeah, so now you compare both sides, one side to the other side. You can see the difference. I can't see my screen, so I hope I'm shining on the right, showing it on the right part of the hood. But it looks a lot better than it used to. So I have impressed myself. I've never done this type of thing before. This was my first time. So if you're watching this video, you could try this for your first time too. I actually have my dad just got me a rotary buffer. So it gets up to about 6,000 RPM. So you can burn the paint with it, so you would have to be careful with how you use it and watch other videos on how to actually use a buffer. I don't have any videos up. I would need somebody to hold a camera while I ran the buffer. But yeah, this was actually not that hard. I guess maybe scale of 1 to 10 difficulty is probably a 5. Anybody can do it, as long as you have the right stuff and the patience and the time, I guess. But I guess if you have patience, you have time, maybe. So, anyway, but yeah, try it out yourself. Again, I used 4/0 steel wool with the Malco Rejuvenator, and then afterwards, before I did the video, I just went over that area with the with this polish glaze stuff, just to make it look nicer, to trick you into thinking that I did a better job than I actually did. No. But yeah, this stuff's good too. Polishing cream. I plan to go over the whole truck after I'm done with the polishing cream. Both Malco brand stuff. I love their stuff. It's really good. Yeah. I mean, like $25 a bottle for that, and then for this. But it's worth it. You probably use up a whole bottle on a car. I'm probably going to use up the whole bottle on my truck, just trying to get all the oxidation out. But it's worth it. It does an incredible job. And you can see, like, if you turn your paint in from looking like this to looking like this, because you have a few hours every evening and you do a little bit at a time. Yeah. But if you don't wash your car, you don't wax your car, this happens. You get oxidation. I got this 2 months ago, so I can't blame this on me. I can blame this on somebody else for not polishing it. But I like this truck. V6 4-wheel drive. I have a strange temptation to run over stuff, but that's beside the point of the video. Try it yourself. It'll only cost you $30. Do it with this and this and time. Otherwise, you can spend $100-something on a buffer and then go over the whole thing and get it done faster. But it's well worth it. Yeah. Thanks for watching.